It's time for lockup. As always, I'm late. Because, well, we stay out late. The chickens are locked up already. They're all good. Look at this. Spoiled little boogers. Left a bunch of food behind. Not a cat's eating it. Anyway. Because I've been feeding them overnight, too. So they're not eating as much during the day. Plus, they've been walking down to the pond, playing there. But I was actually thinking about something. So, mating season is almost here, right? Y'all know mating season is coming real soon. Hey, babies! You coming over for night time? Are we running away from home? Anyway, go ahead and turn on that light. Here we are. Hi, babies. Hi, babies. Hey, big bird. Hey, watch what happens when Layla talks. Hi, Layla. Layla. Hi, Layla. Layla. Hi, Layla. Hi, Layla. Hi, Layla. You just can't help it, can you? What is it, Dino? Paying attention? Happy boots. What is it, Littlefoot? Huh? Happy boots. For anybody that's just stumbling on my channel here, these animals are all legal. These are not wild geese. These are domesticated Canada geese. They're not domestic geese, but these are domesticated geese, as in these were bred in captivity, raised in captivity. They are legally bred by people who have the proper permits to breed them, and they were purchased by me legally, and I have the proper legal documentation to prove this if a warden were to ever show up. Hey, Rhonda. Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate it. Squirt, you are such a little butt. Squirt is our little tiny terror. Look at how tiny she is compared to the other geese, but she's a terror. Isn't she just the cutest? She's tiny and she does whatever the heck she wants. Hey, babies. Come here, babies. Uh-uh-uh. Uh-uh-uh. Mm-mm-mm. Do you want num-nums? Are you looking for num-nums? All right, Mama will go get num-nums, okay? I'll go get num-nums. Hold on. Let me go get you some num-nums. Hold on. Wait a second, Ducky. No, wait, you're Ducky. Not me. Mixing up my children. It's like having twins, guys. It's not easy to keep them all apart. No, babies. Mm-mm-mm. Who wants num-nums? You want num-nums. Yes, you do. Everybody wants num-nums from Mama. They love eating from the hand. Like I said, these geese are all legally owned. You cannot take them from the wild, okay, guys? Don't take Canada geese from the wild. It is a federal offense to take them from the wild and to keep them. These animals were purchased legally. I have to have special paperwork to prove that I've legally purchased these animals. So these are also hand raised, which is why I can interact with them this way. I raised all of these animals, most of them at least. Dino right here was hand raised. All of the Canadas have been hand raised. Squirt joined us when she was about 6 months old. Squirt's right there, that little tiny one. Hey, Squirt, do you want some num-nums? Hey, Squirt. Hey, Squirt. Here you go. You want some num-nums? Here you go, Squirt. No? Well, then forget it. Gosh. So spoiled. Anyway. But, like I said, they're hand raised. Wild Canada geese, most likely, are not going to react this way, especially not around breeding season. Do not walk up to them and try to hand feed them. Don't do that with any animal you don't know. It's usually not going to end up well. It's not going to end up good. So, don't do that. I do not recommend. Oh, Dino. You're such a fatty. You want some num-nums, Bert? Well, then come here. There's plenty. Pretty Bird is a hybrid. He's half Canada goose and half domestic goose. He's actually half Chinese goose and half Canada goose. Isn't he beautiful? Look at him. Isn't he gorgeous? A beautiful hybrid. And hopefully this mating season we will find out for sure if Pretty Bird is able to reproduce or not. If he is fertile or not. Because hybrids are often believed to not be fertile. It's actually something that I'm really trying to figure out. And hey, no bullying, Squirt, you. Spike. Spike. Come here, babies. So this is a purebred Canada goose. Right here in the middle. Right, this one. That's a domestic goose. And she thinks she's a Canada goose. Because she was raised with Canada geese. And then this right here is a hybrid Canada goose. Actually, one of the ways you can tell is that Pretty Bird's cheek patch is not the same. He has way more white all over his head. You can see these guys, their head's almost completely black with just that white chin strap with the white cheek patches. Completely black beak, which is, by the way, has a perfect slope down and has that kind of half moon shape up top. Whereas Pretty Bird has a V shape up top, has a lot of white on his neck, and his cheek patch is much larger. And then another big giveaway for Pretty Bird is his feet. If you look at his feet, you see his feet have a yellowish orangish color. Canada geese have black feet, blackish gray. And they always have blackish gray. Also, you can see that neck color is beautiful black. Now, sometimes Canada geese can have what they call a salt and pepper effect, feathers around their heads and necks. And let's see, one of mine does have it a little bit. Let's see. You have it? No, you don't have it. Let me see. Come here. You don't want any Petrie? Okay, fine. How about you? Nope, you don't have it either. Let me see. Let me see. Hey, Charlie. There you go. That's Charlie. You can kind of see some on her cheek. You can kind of see that her black isn't as dense. She has some white peeking through a little bit. Almost like little kernels of, like, salt. And then if you look at her cheeks, you can kind of see that she's got a little bit of like black spots on her cheeks. And some Canada geese will have that much more than others. And they'll have a bunch of white, just kind of speckled all over their heads and necks. But everything else about them will look literally identical to all the other Canada geese. And that's something that we often refer to as the salt and pepper effect on their heads and necks, where they just have white spots all over their heads. Now, with Pretty Bird, you can see that for him, it's not just salt and pepper. He actually has large clumps of white in different areas rather than speckled all over. So, like, on the side, in the shush, will you shush? You're so loud. You're so loud. Yes, you're loud. You're loud. That's a domestic goose. This is a mixed domestic goose. This is a purebred domestic goose. Hey, you be gentle. So this orange-beaked one right here, this one, she was actually raised by her mother, and that's her mama. So mama raised this one, and Pretty Bird is stepdad to this one, and actually helped raise this one. He helped her raise her. And let's see, Dino right here, that's Dino, is also Layla's daughter. But Dino was hand raised by my daughter and is perfectly tame. Like, we talking like perfectly tame. Like, that goose is probably the most well-behaved goose on our property. Right, Dino? Hi, Dino. Come here, Dino. Show you guys something. I'm holding this goose up on one hand. You guys see this? She's up in the air, all the way up from the ground. I just scooped her up with one hand. No freaking out, no nothing. She's completely fine. It doesn't hurt her, not uncomfortable. She literally is just that tame. Hi, Roy. Thank you. Aren't they just beautiful? A lot of people think that these kind of geese, or geese in general, but especially Canada geese, the ones with the big black necks and the white patches on their cheeks, that they're just these like super aggressive, like just horrible animals that are just, you know, mindless attacking machines, and that they're just the kind of animals that just, you just got to get rid of them, right? If you see them, you just got to, you just got to get rid of them. They're just so bad. When in reality, these animals are actually very amazing. Not only do they have individual personalities just like any other animal, but as well, they have a lot of features, like things about them, a lot of traits, a lot of abilities, a lot of things that they do that's actually very interesting about them. For an example, Canada geese mate for life, and they're exceptionally loyal. Geese in general are actually very, very loyal. Once you've raised them up and you hand raise them, like what I do, they will remember you for the rest of their life. Once they've imprinted on you and you've been their parent, you'll always be part of their gaggle, especially if you nurture that relationship. If you don't nurture that relationship, yes, they will become much more independent and less tame. But if you nurture that relationship, they will continue to have a relationship with you. Right, Pretty Bird? Right, Pretty Bird? Yes. Hi, Dom. Thank you. See, yes, and that's the thing is when they chase you, Roy, they don't. It's not like they're doing it because they're being malicious. They usually have a really good reason for it. So, for an example, a lot of people don't realize that Canada geese, often at ponds and lakes, or even on farms and such, um, just like dogs, cats, bobcats, wolves, any animal really, they have territories. Okay, they have um, locations that they try to protect. What is it, babies? What's up, Spike? Oh wait, you're Ducky. Hi, Ducky. Hi, Ducky. Yes, I'm sorry, I got your name wrong the first time. Hi, Ducky. Do you want some num nums, Ducky? Hold on, let Mama get you some num nums, Ducky. But they have territories. They have different jobs, just like any other animal. They have a different purpose and different jobs within their flocks. And so, with geese, for an example, the male is tasked with protecting his mate and his gaggle. So, with this guy right here, Ducky, he's a male. And even though he's young and he doesn't have a mate yet, not a mated for life mate yet, he still is very vigilant. He's not even fully grown yet, actually. He's like physically, he might be fully grown, but he's not an adult yet, technically. He's not even a year old yet. And Canada geese actually will not mate until they're between the age of 2 and 4 years old. So these guys, most of these guys are actually technically still babies. They actually look to their parents for advice and for guidance until they're at least a year old. Um, but here's something really interesting about geese that I think some of you guys might really like. Is that did y'all know that Canada geese date? Not joking. I'm dead serious. They date. So Ducky right here, you can usually find Ducky hanging out with Dino over here. So Ducky and Dino. It's okay, babies. Come on, babies. It's okay. Come on, babies. Come on, babies. Come here, babies. It's okay. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. It's okay, Obi. Hey, Pitbird. I know, I know. Oh yeah, they'll watch you closely, especially when they're suspicious of you. But here's the thing, like they have their reasons for it. Like one thing could be that you could remind them of someone because they have exceptional facial recognition. So like you could have resembled someone that maybe in the past has either done something really good or something really bad to one of them. And say, for an example, you could resemble a hunter, right? And if you looked like a hunter, or maybe were wearing the same jacket as somebody who's done something in the past, they'll remember that. They have very, very good memory. So it's very possible for them to be like, wait a minute, I'm going to be more careful around this person. Or if they're building a nest somewhere nearby, or if they feel like they need to establish themselves, like they're trying to prove themselves to the nearby females. They're trying to get the girls to start looking at them because we're getting closer to mating season, right? They might be more likely to maybe start a little something up because mating season. We're going to be a little bit more showy about our ability to protect, huh, Pitbird? Watch. I pick up the pool. See his head? He doesn't like that. That right there, that's his like, I don't like it. I'm unsure about it. I'm in a threatening position. Okay? There's a lot of different body languages that geese will do that will actually show that they're already upset before they ever even attack. Um, Most of the time, the ones that have their head all the way up, the ones that are larger, have a little bit thicker necks, and are just a tiny bit taller, are usually the males. That right there would be a female, and that would be a male. And you can kind of see how their sizes are very different. Now, that doesn't mean that the males are always much larger or that the females are always much smaller than them. It just means that they often are. Oh, nice, yes. So you've established a relationship with them. So that's the kind of relationship that over time can be established when people are patient. I'm assuming that you've established a relationship with them over time. And probably over time, I'm guessing that this has been going on for at least a year or two, since you're mentioning goslings. Um, Usually what that means is that one of the parents that trusted you taught its gosling that you're not a danger, right? So it's almost like the whole flock is learning from each other, basically. The entire gaggle will learn from the other ones within the gaggle that a certain human is more trustworthy than another human. You know what I mean? And then again, like I said, there's other things like there can be previous experience with somebody that maybe looked similar that can cause positive or negative things. There can be previous experience just with you that can, make them believe a good or a bad thing about you. You could accidentally walk by a nest without even knowing there's a nest in a bush nearby, and you could literally just make that gander hate you for the rest of his life because he thought you were trying to sneak up on his babies. Like, it's as simple as that. Like, it's kind of funny how it can go, but, that's just how it is. They're walking out onto the field right now. They're going to sit right over here. They're like right outside of where my phone will pick them up. See? There's the white butts. They're going to sit right there while I get everything ready for them to go to bed. Hey, Squirt. Are you tagging behind? You catching up, girl? This is Squirt. She's a cackling goose. She's actually not a Canada goose. Even though she looks identical to them in a smaller package, she is literally smaller than a duck. Okay? She's itty bitty. She's the smallest of all the Canada goose subspecies. She's called a cackling minima, and she's itty bitty bitty, and we're hoping to get her a male this coming year. So, y'all cross your fingers for me because them geese can range from like $200 to $500 depending on that year for exotic birds. Like the exotic bird world can sometimes be a lot more or a lot less. Interesting fact though about flocks of geese or gaggles of geese is that they don't generally have just one leader. It's usually like whoever is the most successful, like family, like the female and male that have the most goslings and raise them the best seem to be the ones that make the most decisions for the overall flock. That's funny. His name is Scar. Why? Because he's got a moody attitude? Or does he always backtalk? Always got something smart ass to say. I mean, I'm guessing you've noticed this since you hang out with them. They talk back. Like, when you talk to them, they literally will, like, respond. Like, they talk back. And over time, what's really interesting, a lot of people don't know this, Canada geese, or any animal really, can figure out and learn what you're saying and can start understanding certain keywords. So, like, if you're saying hungry, if you're saying treat, every time you feed them, if you use a certain word repetitively, they will recognize it. And something that's really interesting is that the geese that you're interacting with on a regular basis, those geese are going to know exactly who you are. Meaning that not only do they know what your face looks like and what your like overall appearance looks like, even if you wear the same jacket every day or even if you change your clothes, they're also going to learn your body language. They're going to learn the sound of your voice. They're going to learn your like overall like the gestures you make, the way you move, the way you go about your day, everything about you when you're there around them, they're going to observe it and they're going to memorize it. And they're going to be able to start recognizing you even from afar. And I don't know if this has happened to you yet, but for a lot of people, when they're arriving at a lake or a pond where they have a good relationship with a local gaggle, They'll be walking up there, just driving up with their car, and the birds will be flying up, ready to come meet them because they recognize their vehicle. Or they come and fly up because they see them just walking, and they'll be like all the way up the river. And like, no way they could see their face yet because maybe their face was fully covered by a hoodie or something. But these birds will just know. They just know it's that person because they've memorized how this person moves and how this person sounds and how they behave. And it's actually pretty amazing how much they pay attention to us when they build a relationship with us. But Canada geese are my absolute favorite. Actually, no, that's a lie. Canada geese are not my favorite, guys. I have to admit it, it's hybrids. My favorite are the hybrids. Hybrid Canada geese. That's where my favorite comes in. Hybrid Canada geese are, in my opinion, the most interesting animals, the most amazing animals out there. There is like very little knowledge. Y'all are gonna get to experience the adventure of me trying to herd my flock over here and get them to go to bed. And I'm telling you guys, geese are like toddlers. So, oh yeah, they will 100% do that. They'll alert you to predators too. Like, they'll communicate with you and everything. They'll consider you part of their gaggle. If they've considered you part of their gaggle, they will communicate with you just as they communicate with everyone else. But I just find Canada geese fascinating because, I mean, for an example, Canada geese, they can fly and sleep at the same time. Like, they can take a nap while they're flying. They also mate for life. When their spouse passes away, they will actually mourn their spouse, and the mourning can become so severe, they can become so depressed from losing their mate that they will actually die. Like, this is not uncommon. Um, they also will mourn every egg that they lose. So when y'all hear about them going around doing what they call addling, can you move? See, this is what happens when the geese aren't scared of you. Will you move? Go on. Let's go. I can't herd my own flock because they won't move their little butts. See, Layla and her kid are a little more standoffish. They're domestic geese. This one was raised by her, so this one was not hand tamed. And then she was raised by a different family. She actually didn't join us until February of this year, and she was 2 years old when she arrived here, so she's almost 3. Come on, Dino, let's go. Go on, let's go. Come on, babies. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go night-night. Come on. That's cool. I used to have turtles when I was a kid. Romeo and Kai was their names. Romeo and Kai. And whenever I would call they were Mississippi water turtles. I was in Germany. They were pet turtles. And whenever I would call their names, they would individually poke their heads out from the water. It was the cutest thing. Broke my heart when my mother took them from me. Anyway. Come on, guys, let's go. Go on. Come on. Oh, wow. 79. Jesus. Oh, yeah, they get huge, too. That's another thing. People don't realize how smart animals really are. Personally, I just think it's sad that a lot of people believe that animals are purely functioning on instinct when over the last 40 years, scientists and biologists have revoked all of that, what they've said before, and made it very clear that they were wrong about animals not having feelings, about humans being the only animal on earth that has feelings, that it's completely wrong, that they had it wrong, that they made a mistake, that animals do have emotions, and that they do make connections, and that they do think, and that they do learn, and all these other things. Like, it's been established. Like, it's been very much established, not by people like myself who just love an animal and have a certain level of experience and say, hey, based on my experience, it is so. No, we're talking about like actual researchers. They've established this. And literally just about any animal is more than a lot of people think they are. Oh, that's funny. She's possessive of you, huh? That's funny. Can you not be a butt, Kai? Let's go. Come on. Let's go, Dino. You're too ducky. Let's go. Let's go, Kai. Go on. Go night-night, Layla. Layla. Pretty bird. Guys, I'm not running. Stop it. Robert. Robert. Night-night time. Come on. Take everybody to bed. Let's go. Night-night time. Night-night time. Night-night time. Pivot, night-night. Night-night time. Layla, night-night. Go night-night. Night-night time. Thank you. Let's go night-night. Night-night time. Come on, let's go night-night, Pivot. Move it. Come on. No, we're not arguing. Night-night time. Let's go. Go on. Thank you. Okay, Charlie, Squirt, and Blue. No, Blue. Don't be a dork. Blue. Come on, I just said that you guys are smart. Look, Squirt's over there knowing exactly what to do. And Charlie and Blue gotta be goofies. Let's go, girls. Go on. No, wrong way, girl. Charlie. You know better. Go on, Charlie. Thank you, Charlie. Good girl. All right, I'm gonna move this water before it overflows more. And you little mischiefs. There's the baby. Being their own mischievous self as always. Y'all, it's bedtime. Spoiled little buttheads. She still remembers me, and she basically lets me put her on hanging out with someone else. She gets jealous. Yeah, she bit someone just because I won't push me in the water. Oh, that's crazy. Wait, did she bite you or the other person? Because I can't help but think it would be a little bit funny if she bit the person that pushed you in the water. Dino, it's all done bath time. Come on. No, I'm cleaning the water for tomorrow. Let's go. Come on, Dino. Let's go. Pretty bird, don't you dare. I said night-night time. Nope. Get back in that orange. Nope. Charlie, inside. You too, orange. No, orange. Night-night time. I know the other ones are still out. I'm trying to get them to go to bed, too. Y'all knock it off. It's night-night time. Let's go. Night-night time. Babies. Come on. Come on, little butts. Come on, babies. Dino. Come on, Dino. You guys are all being mischief tonight, aren't you? I can't help but think that's a little bit funny. That your turtle bit the other person after they pushed you in the water. Like, payback. Go. Dino. I know you want to play in the mud puddle, but we're going 9-9. Let's go. Let's go. All of you. Every single one of you. Let's go. Come on, guys. No. Let's go night-night. I know. You always with your mischievous little antics. Let's go. Night-night time. Sarah. Let's go. Dino. What did I say? Night-night. Oh, yeah. They are. Sometimes they can be extra stubborn. They know exactly what I'm trying to do. They're not stupid. Like, there's plenty of nights where they walk right in. But tonight, see, look at that. Dino. No. Night-night time. Let's go. Go on. Let's go, babies. Go on. Good job, Littlefoot. No, wait, you have Petrie. Sorry. Here you go, Dino. You want a snack? Here you go. Yeah, you want a snack. No? What? Now your butt hurt? Dino always wants snacks. Are you so butt hurt, Dino? Dino. Dino. See, this is a little enclosure I threw together for them real quick. Because we moved to this property not that long ago, a couple months ago, and I'm still working on all the different setups for everyone. Let's go, Dino. Watch out. Mama's got to come in here for a minute. Excuse me. Excusez. Excuse-moi. Excuse. Dino. Excuse me. Excuse me. Look, be careful. Clumsy little butt. There you go, guys. Night. Ugh. Whew. Hey, Layla, you want a snack? You want a snack, babies? No. Aren't they adorable? I can't wait for babies this next year. I'm going to find out if Pretty Bird's fertile, my hybrid. Hey, Layla. Hey, be nice, Layla. I started out almost 5 years ago with Pretty Bird as one egg. It's kind of funny because he was supposed to be a domestic goose and he was supposed to be a homeschool project. And he wasn't even supposed to be a fertile egg. And I hatched him out. Once he started developing, we were incubating him because the kids wanted to try anyways, and they were much younger back then. And I was like, you know what? Let them try and incubate the egg. It's not fertile anyways. The lady said that they're not mating yet. And, well, his egg started developing, as y'all obviously evidence. He's alive and well. And he hatched out. And so I was like, all right, fine. We'll raise him for a little bit and then find him a farm to go live at. And then we found love with him. And he literally lived indoors for 2.5 years. He was our pet goose for 2.5 years inside. He's right there. But he was our indoor pet goose for 2.5 years. And it was it was always the plan. I know Dino's beautiful, isn't she? She's a gorgeous, gorgeous goose. We actually have some suspicions that Dino could potentially be Pretty Bird's baby, but we're not 100% sure. Like, we have some suspicions there. But just because all of Layla's other babies all look like this one, with that, like, orange bright beak and stuff, and that knob on top, and then Dino's the only one that looks like this. That's just different. Like, and Dino's also exceptionally smaller and is literally almost identical to the size of the Canada geese. It's just, I don't know. There's some things about Dino that are different from all the other ones of Layla's babies that kind of makes us think that there's a possibility. No, babies, no, you can't follow Mama out. Mama's got to close the door. Hey, Mama's got to close the door. I know, babies. Encountered a swan, yes, when I was younger. When I was a child, there was a swan that came to the little pond, well, little lake pond. I don't know what to call it. It was more like a pond, like a large pond. Um, it was maybe the size of like 2 acres or something. Like it wasn't that big, but it was like inside of the town, a small town in Germany. And there was this pair of swans that used to come there every year. They would migrate to our little area. And one year, I was at the lake with my grandmother, my Oma, and she told me that because we saw the swan all by himself, and apparently it was kind of like news in the area that the swan had lost his mate. And that year, everyone saw him show up at every single location of their migration route where he had flown every year with his mate. One last time, he showed up at our location by himself. He wouldn't eat. He wouldn't accept any, like, any treats, any bread, anything. Like, he used to always be fed by everyone with his mate, and he wouldn't eat anything. He just kind of swam in the middle of the lake the whole time. And after he left, I don't know if he stopped at any other locations, but after he had stopped at every location that him and his mate had always traveled to for migration, he vanished, and no one ever saw him again. And people actually believe that he was basically flying and migrating around either one last time for his wife, or that he was looking for her. And when he couldn't find her, being so depressed that he ended up passing away, because they'd been together for like several dozens of years. Like this was like a situation where, like, my grandmother told me that she'd seen them for a huge chunk of her life show up every year, and they'd been there forever, and they were very old, and they'd been together their whole lives. And it was, I don't know, that story always stuck with me. It's actually one of the earliest times I can remember being fascinated with the way that swans and geese behave and how they mate and how loyal they are. Shortly after is when I saved a little duckling and had my first waterfowl experience. Hands on. Yeah. Right, Layla? Yes, Layla. No, no breaking out of the bedtime. It's bedtime, mamas. Night night, Dino. Hey, where you going? Hey, where you going? Oh, Charlie. It's okay. Hey, hey. No, we're not going back out. We're not going back out. Stay inside. Stay inside. It's night night time. Hey, BBs. No, what? We're not going out, mamas. No. No, it's bedtime. It's night night time. Let's go. Night night time. It's night night time. You little mischief. Mommy said night night time. No cuteness. You guys, you're not getting away with it. You are adorable and you're cute. And I would let you guys stay out later if I wasn't so tired. I've had a long day. Mama's gotta go to bed too. And somebody saw a bobcat in the neighborhood, so I don't want you guys out overnight. This isn't the safest enclosure. It's the best I've got right now. Plus, we do have several lifestyle guardian dogs already trained all around us on multiple properties. So, oh my God, you've been chased by a bobcat. Holy crap. And yes, it was really sad. It just always reminded me of it. And I've always wanted a pair of swans too, but not yet. We don't own this current property, even though we do have a pond in the back, but I don't own this property. This is not mine. So this actually belongs to my best friend, and we are renting from them. So it's several acres of land, and we're able to rent from them here right now. And from here, hopefully, the next step will be for us to buy land as soon as we can afford it. But we absolutely love living in a country. We want to have like a fully functioning homestead in the long run. I'm hoping that when we get to the point where we buy land, sorry, that we will find a piece of land that has a nice little pond in it. And I'll have to go live again when we walk back to the pond with the geese. It's kind of funny because our geese just will not swim in the pond.